Good morning, gardeners and fellow fruit lovers. Welcome back to the channel. As always, I'd like to start with an apology. It's been a while. No excuses, just life. However, here we go with our, I can't believe I'm saying it, but April yard tour. Everything's looking great. We've had a lot of things going on after the cold. A lot of our mangoes got damaged, as you can see there. But we'll get to all that. A lot of new stuff going on. As you can see, everything's been mulched in. But let's get to it. We got some corn growing here. I believe it's somewhere around 150 plants. 125, something like that. We got some tomatoes in ground this year. As you can see, I installed a drip hose or like a soaker hose. However, with just one connection over there, it seemed like it wasn't making it all the way through. So then I ended up using just another hose and connected it here so that everything could get some adequate watering. The corn has been hilled and fertilized, first with a heavy potassium or phosphorus fertilizer for the roots, and then now it's starting to get some nitrogen. I have some urea nitrogen ready, but that'll go on at about day 30 to 50, day 30 to 40. Right now they're only, I think, 28 days old. So we did get some onions planted this year, and as you can see, most of them been harvested. That's what was on the table over there. That's relative to my hand there. It's a really nice onion. The phone never does it justice. We got some romaine that's starting to want to bolt, but I've tasted it. So far it's not bitter, so it's still usable. Our blueberries. That is a dwarf style blueberry, and we did purchase a bush style this past year during the winter. It was a very, very bad winter for us. Our grapes, as you can see them, have decided to grow on the fence like we wanted. And it's now got open little flowers everywhere. We'll see how many little grapes we get to eat this year. Here's all our seedlings. We got some little red jalapenos there, rosemary, seedling avocados, and mangoes. The bananas are coming back. Look at this beauty, y'all. This is our Slovenian pomegranate, something like that. And this thing is just loaded. We did get to eat one big pomegranate from this tree last year, so we'll see how many she wants to set for us this year. Slovatsky, or Russian pomegranate. There's the seedlings again. There's some more seedlings. These were just rootstock citrus. Avocado. It's coming back after the winter. We got down to 27, as y'all know, in the greenhouse, and it defoliated. A lot of this stuff has got to get up potted. I've just been so busy. Our mame, still thriving. This is our, what we like to call our compost avocado, because it was a seed that got thrown in the compost and it grew through the compost. In order to grow through it, it did that weird curve, and it's just a pretty cool looking tree now. More seedlings, asparagus. There's an asparagus seed pod. They come out of the under the mulch there. There's another avocado or moringa. Let's see what else we got. We had some beautiful Brussels sprouts and got those harvested. I'll try and attach a photo. This bed needs to get raised back up with more compost, but I'm waiting on these last few onions, pull them, and then build the bed back up. We'll have to harvest that romaine lettuce shortly as well. The Swiss chard. Wow. Guys, what a beautiful plant. These plants have been in the garden for months now, and all they do is keep growing. The wife says they've gotten a little salty, but that's something that she prefers, actually. She doesn't have to add salt. And that's just for, if you haven't tried it, it's just a lettuce and it kind of has like a beet flavor, like beets. Here we have some serranos and some poblano peppers, and they are in their flowering stage now. Our cilantro has gone to bolt, and our basil is doing beautifully. I also got 2 small bell pepper plants here that I grew from seed. This was our lettuce, most of our lettuce. We had iceberg and the red variety, and as you can see, it's all gone to bolt now. It's been pretty hot. We're in North Florida, South Georgia border, and as y'all know, we've had all these wildfires here, and there's actually in my little town, the other half of it has been under fire for a while now. They've been trying to contain everything, but it's just been so dry. This is our Hass avocado. Once again, due to the cold, after I took it out of the greenhouse and put it into the garden, this top section died. And before anything creeped into more of the tree, I went ahead and decided to cut it because this section was flowering. And as y'all can see, I mean, just look. Everywhere you look, you have beautiful little avocado fruit. This little tree here has been very, very easy to take care of. Has never given me any issues really, other than when that happened, but that's not because of the tree, that's because of the conditions. As I'm making an observation here, it looks like, as you see, that browning and looks like mildew on there. The texture of the tree changes right here. As you can see, this little branch looks just like that. The texture and color of the tree change right here. It goes to brown bark. So I'm probably going to have to come down a little further with this and maybe put some cut sealant or something to stop that from keep spreading, because it looks like it has made it all the way down to right here. But as far as the rest of the tree, just beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. Here we have Oro Negro. He's also always been pretty easy going, growing very good. I'm just waiting for this guy to flower again. He hasn't flowered in about 2 years. I've read that they tend to skip a year and are poor producers, but it's been about 2, and no flowers from that guy. It has flowered before though, just nothing set. We lost the June plum all the way down to here. I thought the stalk was still good. It was about this high, but then we had the little beetles that get inside and they chew through it and lay their eggs in there. So we just cut it all the way down and it regrew back. This is our Kerry star fruit. We were able to get a few fruit off of it. Were they delicious? No. They were edible? Yes. But they were really watered down, and I believe that had to do a lot with how cold it got in there, because every time it would get cold, the fruit would get discolored, and you could tell it was like breaking down on the inside. Our red navel orange, she has went through her flowering stage. Matter of fact, there's one little flower left there growing on the new growth, but she's holding on to a few from this year, so we'll see. When they're light color like this, they're usually going to fall off. But that one proved me wrong, so we'll leave it alone. There's another there. There's another. There's another. And there it went. See the color difference? Our Brogden graft has also looked pretty bad since the winter in the greenhouse. This is our Glen and Malika grafted mango tree. It did have a huge panicle here, didn't hold any fruit, which we weren't going to let it anyway. Had another panicle here up top, didn't let it hold anything. Sussy Love, this is another tree that we grafted. It's doing beautifully. It's actually trying to set a couple little fruit, if you can see there. And here. But that tree is too small, so unfortunately those will have to be cut off. We've also planted a passion fruit vine a few weeks back. Well, actually we had it in the greenhouse over the winter for the last about month of the winter. But I wanted to wait until it got warm to plant it outside so it really could just take off and thrive. And I think it worked. We got flowers coming everywhere. Everywhere. All the branches are coming out with flowers. My wife's never seen one, a passion flower open, so I'm excited for her. This is our Neesberry or Sapodilla. And this tree, low maintenance, no issues. As you can see, all the terminal buds are about to go into flowering. That's why they're that reddish color. They usually are red when they're gonna come out with foliage and flowers. At least that's what's happened in previous years. It'll come out with little stems, and the stems will be a flower. This is our Mauritius lychee. It's also going through a flowering right now after it flushed new growth, and then we had horrible windy weather, and that's what you see there, complete damage. But you can also see flowers. And on here, if you guys pay close attention, we have little lychees on there already. Pretty awesome little tree. I mean, for such a small tree, this thing gave us lychees last year. And here it goes again this year, and it's just riddled in them. Here's some more. Our strawberries, doing pretty good this year if we could keep the pests away, as in like the birds. I need to build a little cage around that. Y'all bear with me for a second, and we're gonna go out here to these mangoes and take a look. We have some very sad news for the mangoes. Got some marigolds, some cranberry hibiscus. She's about to go into flowering. These little things here, I forget what they were called. I didn't save the label, I don't think, but beautiful. And last year they were blue during the winter. Then in early spring they flowered and they were purple. And then now they came back out blue with purple tips. Beautiful little flowers. And that's our cigar flower, and it also made it through the winter, barely. Give me 1 second, let's get over to these mangoes. Alright, we're back at the mango row with Nam Doc Mai. It made it through the winter. It was looking sad for a while. It wasn't doing anything. Then it decided to flower. Just trying to hold 2 little mangoes there. We'll see how that goes, but I'm more excited about all the growth because it was starting to worry me. And the growth seems to be healthy. It's been very hot. I've been watering. This is Valkyrie. Valkyrie was a total loss. The whole top canopy ended up dying after I brought her out of the greenhouse, which I think was a lot of my fault. from just being in that greenhouse for so long and then coming out to straight sunlight all day. But the whole top canopy ended up dying, and had to cut it here. But other than that, she's doing okay. This is Glenn. We also had some dieback on Glenn I had to cut off while in the greenhouse. And then here, just a couple days ago, I had to make a cut because it was the same thing. 2 branches, it was a 4-way split, and 2 branches had died. There was 2 left. But you can tell whatever had gotten into those branches had gotten into the other 2 as well. It's still trying to flower some. We got little mangoes here and there. There's one single mango on that panicle. A lot of spent flowers, but also a lot of promising looking fruit. You gotta be careful, there's a wasp's nest in here. You can see it in there. There we go, there's some little bit larger fruit. Beautiful. There's another panicle. It's got a few promising mangoes on it. We'll see how it goes. That's Glenn. This was my worst deception. Or I wouldn't say, I don't think that's the right word. But this is what hurt the most. My Julie. She was doing great. She lost all her flowers. She was flowering good. Lost all the flowers. They fell off. The weather got a little bit better. She reflowered. And as she was setting fruit, it got cold again. Then the winter was over. I was able to bring her out here, put her in sunlight, full sunlight, and she died back completely. I think we have growth trying to come out of like down here. But that's right at the graph line. So we'll be looking for another Julie. Guava was also the same. She's been dormant for like, as far as I can remember. Even before winter, she wasn't showing much growth. But finally, I've been starting to realize that she has some buds that are starting to come alive. So you can see here. So let's hope for something good from guavas. That's another one that hasn't flowered in like 2 years. This is our pickering. This tree here has survived a lot. Look at these little fruit it's trying to set. Beautiful little tree. This is our Fairchild. Fairchild suffered the same that the Valkyrie did. Had to chop the trunk there. All the top canopy was dead. It tried growing throughout the whole trunk all the way. All these buds would come up, but I kept taking them off. I just wanted to concentrate on the top. But definitely a setback on those. But at least they made it. Could have been worse. We only lost 1 tree. Alright, give me a sec. Let's get out here to the little orchard and show y'all that. Alright, and our first tree here is our key lime. It survived the winter. It did suffer foliage loss. All the leaves fell off. Then it regrew new growth. And that's when it got hot that week, or it got cold again, something like that. And all the new growth died on it, and everything died back. I mean, look. Wow, well, of course that one's rubbery, but I did it yesterday on one, and it just snapped right off. You could tell all that's dead. It's not growing anything on it. So it suffered even more dieback. We do have some signs of life, but just another setback. We're going to have to wait a while for that tree to get this size again, which this size took a while to begin with. It's only about waist high, but very, very productive tree. Here is our Scarlet Beauty Plum, and she's went through her flowering stage and she is loaded. Now this is after I've gone through multiple times, as you can see the little fruit there, and thinned them out, because in the past we've had instances where we were happy that we had a lot of fruit, but then all the fruit stayed very small. So we want her to try discarding some of the fruit and then maybe have higher quality, bigger plums. Right now they're about as thick as my thumb. Some. And what I've tried to do is go around and get rid of a lot of the issue where, like these here, see where there's 3 together? Those will all have a little blemish here in the middle from where they sit there and tap on each other. So usually those are the ones that I discard, or at least take one off. But she's doing beautifully. Our Satsuma Tangerine suffered a lot of dieback as well, but it's coming back. There is our plum that we had lost before. That's our original Scarlet Beauty Plum. This is another tree that's doing beautifully, our Tropic Beauty Peach. But it got really cold, the same cold that killed the new growth on the key lime there. Killed the flowers on the peach tree. It was loaded with flowers and they just couldn't take that cold. And it was windy as well. I think it was more wind burn than the cold, but whatever it may be, it's done with now. So we just get to look at a beautiful tree this year. This is our Caracara Navel Orange, and she's coming back beautifully. Our figs died all the way down to the bottom, but they are regrowing. Not much to show there, but just a twig. Our pawpaw tree decided to come back this year with a vengeance, and it flowered 3 times. It had 3 different flowers on it. I got to look into it, but I think I've read that you have to have 2 in order for those flowers to cross-pollinate. Our apple trees, this is our Dorset, I believe, or our Anna. Yeah, Anna. And it did set one little fruit after flowering. We'll see how that goes. Here we have the Dorset. And it also set a few little fruit. And there's an apple there. There's an apple here. There's a bumblebee right there. I think it flew up to the camera and said, hey. Here we have another Dorset. This is the one that died back because of fire blight, but we ended up cutting it and was able to save half the tree. Not the same result for the other Anna. This is our Loquat. Beautiful tree, low maintenance, still doing great. Got a couple seedlings there and another one there in that gap as well. Then we have here our pomegranate. This is another variety. She's also in mid-flower right now. We'll see how she does. Beautiful. And one more here. The hog plum, which also did suffer some dieback from the winter, but still got plenty of wood to come back and to flower. And as you can see, that's what she's in the midst of doing right now. There's new growth and flowers, buds coming out of everywhere. Anyway, that is our spring tour for April. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And stick around, hit the like button, subscribe. Till next time, God bless.